Green Tree Productions is proud to present Duncanville Weekly News. It's the good news just for the City of Champions, Duncanville, Texas. And now, here's your host, John Thompson.
Hello, world, America, Texas, and Duncanville, and welcome to this edition of Duncanville Weekly News for the third week of September 2014. Glad you're logged on and watching. On this show, we're going to go to the Panthers Den and see some highlights from the Panthers' big win over Mesquite of last Friday night. Also, last week, the Chamber of Commerce had a very great evening meeting with Dale Hansen as the headliner, and we'll see some scenes from that. But first, on October the 18th, the folks in Duncanville are going to have an event that benefits the Duncanville Independent School District Education Foundation. And here's two or three folks to tell us all about it.
What's he always running around for?
I don't know. Maybe something wrong with him. Maybe he needs to see a real pharmacist.
He probably does. That's what he needs.
Maybe we should just let him put on a 5K race in honor of our 50th anniversary celebration this fall.
That'd be a good idea.
Yep, that's right. Ben Franklin Apothecary is hosting the Heart of Duncanville 5K Run and Walk, benefiting the Duncanville ISD Education Foundation on October 18th as a kickoff for our 50th anniversary celebration weekend. Registration is available online at www.benfranklinrx.com/race, or you can register in person at our store. Post-race activities include an antique car show, bounce houses, food, fun, and a concert by Duncanville native and American Idol Top 10 finalist Tim Urban. Come out to support the Education Foundation and celebrate Ben Franklin's 50th anniversary.
Hey Casey, can you run this pharmacy delivery out for me? Thank you very much. That boy is a running fool.
It's Texas, it's fall, it's high school football time in Duncanville, and the Panthers Den Show on Duncanville Weekly News with highlights of last week's Panther football game and a preview of this week's game. The Panthers Den Show is brought to us by James Memorial Chapel, the Pope Financial Group of Raymond James and Associates, by Leon Miller Commercial Properties on Main Street. Call Leon at 972-709-7181. Duncanville's 2 and soon to be 3 Subways, each fresh. By the Wolverton Company, serving the Duncanville area's heating and air conditioning needs for 3 generations. Del Ward's Farmers Insurance Agency. By Ben Franklin Plumbing, if there's any delay, it's you we pay. Glow Family Dental, right here in Duncanville on Wheatland. Ambit Energy, give Don a call, you'll be glad you did. And by Ben Franklin Apothecary and Kitchens Deli, right in the middle of Main Street, celebrating 50 years in Duncanville. And now, here's John with all the DHS football highlights.
Hello, Duncanville football fans, and welcome back to the Panthers Den Show. Well, the Panthers played last Friday night, as usual. They hosted the Mesquite Skeeters, although Duncanville had sprayed for mosquitoes Thursday and Saturday. This was on Friday. Here's what happened. A heavy mist or light drizzle fell throughout this game Friday night at Panther Stadium as it was senior parent night, and a nice crowd was on hand for this third non-district game. The Mesquite Skeeters came in at 0-2 and the Panthers 1-1. In a secluded, low-profile coin flip with no midfield reenactment, Mesquite won the toss and deferred. And the Panthers and Bryce Brown receive. And set up at the Mesquite 17. If you were late to this game, you missed a lot. As Trayvon McWilliams hits Roosevelt Richmond for 17 yards. Trey keeps it for 10. A couple of plays later, Trey to Xavier. And it's a 47-yard TD play. Eric Carrasco is back and adds the PAT. So with less than a minute gone in this game, it's 7-0 Panthers. The Skeeters move the ball up to their 44 when the Panther defense, led by Renard Jemison, hits the quarterback, and Quaylon Haynes is right there to scoop up the ball and takes it 35 yards to the end zone for another Panther touchdown. Eric adds the PAT, and with less than 3 minutes gone, it's 14-0 Panthers. The Skeeters get the ball up to the Panther 30, but on 4th and 9, this incomplete pass turns it back to the Panthers, but they're unable to keep a drive going, so Eric punts. The Mesquite receiver fumbles, and Aaron Barnes picks it up and returns it the final 27 yards for what appears to be another defensive TD, but for some reason the officials call the receiver down. Beats me. How about you? Mesquite was on the move to the Panther 38 when E.J. Prather intercepts this pass and returns it to the Panther 44. Thanks to a good block from Xavier Brown, Roosevelt picks up 15 yards. Later, Trey hits Desmond Elam, and he has about 29 yak. Then Trey makes the perfect pass to Xavier. For 31 yards and the touchdown. And I wish we could have seen more of the players' celebration, but nothing new. The Panthers went for 2 points, but an incomplete pass left the Panthers at 20. Skeeters 0 after the first quarter. Mesquite was 5 and out, punted. So from the Panther 43, first down, and Trey takes it 16 yards. Then completes 2 short passes. This one to Llewellyn, Derek. Then one for 30 yards and a TD to L'Arius Allen. And Eric's PAT made it 27-0. 2 minutes into the second quarter. After the kickoff, the Skeeters were 7 and out, and the Panthers had the ball back at their 42-yard line. Trey runs for 10. Then options to Roosevelt, and he picks up 12. Cameron Dukes gets 3 tough yards. Then Trey spots Kevin for the final 7 yards. Touchdown, Panthers. Eric adds the PAT. So with 5 minutes left in the half. It's 34-0 Panthers. The Skeeters took 6 plays to finally get in the end zone. This big play being a 56-yard pass completion, finally stopped by EJ at the 19, and from the Panther 1, a quarterback keeper gets Mesquite on the board, and the PAT made it 34-7 Panthers. And with no further plays worth reporting, that's the way the first half ended. The bands perform at the half as usual, and here's a little fan cam that we were told people enjoyed last time.
Jane's Memorial Chapel is the only family-owned funeral home in Duncanville and is proud to offer caring and dedicated services from familiar friends. Rick Janes and his family, the owners of Jane's Memorial Chapel and Funeral Home, have served Duncanville area families in their time of loss since 1998. A beautiful and spacious chapel is offered, and Jane's serves all cemeteries. When it comes to finding people you can trust in a time of need, you can turn to Jane's Memorial Chapel. No one else knows families better. 811 South Cockrell Hill in Duncanville.
After the Panthers kicked off to start the third quarter, it didn't take the Skeeters long to get going, as this pass for 59 yards, finally stopped by Cameron DeVos, put them at the Panther 18. And then 5 plays later, an 8-yard pass scored the touchdown, and the PAT made it 34-14 Panthers with 3 minutes gone in the third. The Panthers answered fast. A poor kickoff had the Panthers at midfield, and Roosevelt gets 26 on this play. Then Trey to Larius finished things up. And Eric's PAT made it 41-14 Panthers. Still early in the third. Mesquite went 3 plays and set up the punt, but Quaylen Haynes blocks the punt, and the Panthers have it back at the Skeeter 22. And Eric comes in and nails a 31-yard field goal to make it 44-14 Panthers. And really nothing worth showing happened in the last 5 minutes of the third, and that's the way the third quarter ends, 44-14. This 15-yard pass play put Mesquite at the Panther 2-yard line after Cameron made a saving tackle. And then on 4th down and 2, Marcel Southwell deflects the Skeeter pass, and the ball comes back over to the Panthers. On 3rd and 6, Trey completes to Eduardo Morrow for 10 and a first down. At this point in the game, you may hear some new names as Cayman Dukes picks up a couple, and Demarion Handy gets 15 yards on this play. After the Panthers ran out of downs at midfield, Mesquite ran this play, and first a Heron, and then Quaylen, and then Quaylen, and finally Geron takes a shot and causing a fumble, but Mesquite recovered, and 2 plays later complete this TD pass. The PAT was just a little wide. So with 5:05 left in the fourth, it's 44-20 Panthers. It took the Panthers less than a minute to answer, thanks to this 35-yard dash by Trey. And Eric's PAT was good, and with our Grand Prairie type time of 4:22 left, it's now 51-20 Panthers. But the Skeeters weren't down just yet, as the 7th play after the ensuing Panther kickoff, their new quarterback sprints past our new defenseman for 32 yards and a final TD. A good PAT kick made the final. Panthers 51 and Mesquite 27. The Panthers up their record to 2-1, and the Skeeters fall to 0-3. Each show, we have a play of the week. And in last Friday night's Mesquite game, it happened in the first quarter when Trey makes the perfect pass to Xavier for a 31-yard touchdown to extend the Panthers' lead. And that's why it's the play of the week.
The play of the week is brought to us by the Pope Financial Group of Raymond James and Associates. See John or Don or Todd, 222 East Whitton Road, or call 972-780-0533 for your investment needs.
Also, we have a hit of the week. And in the Mesquite game, it happened in the fourth quarter with the Skeeters on the move when 3 Panthers and then Jerron hit the runner, causing a fumble, which was typical of this game and the victory. And that's why this is the hit of the week.
The hit of the week is sponsored by Subway of Duncanville. Eat fresh at Cedar Ridge and Center Street, or Highway 67 and Main Street, and soon on West Camp Wisdom next to Kroger. This month's special, $5 footlong BMT and $3 sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
This week, the Panthers travel down I-35, and most of the other sports fans are familiar with that since all the by-district games were down there this past year. They're going to play Waco Midway. Game's at 7:30. Hope to see you there. We'll be back on September the 23rd with highlights of that game and more. As we close, let's see some scenes from last Thursday night's Duncanville Chamber of Commerce evening dinner meeting with Dale Hansen as a headliner, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
The best I've worked with, and I've worked with the Hyatt's and Anatole and everything else. I'll take this deal.
An Islamic extremist group, and that 2 of those airplanes would be intentionally flown into the tower.
Honor, hope, present, up. Oh, say, can you see America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown like you with brother from sea to
So long ago, before telephones and radios were used across this nation, fire departments used telegrams to communicate special codes to the fire stations that were received from the red alarm boxes on almost every street in the big cities of this country. When a firefighter lost his life in the line of duty, the fire alarm office would tap out a special signal. This would be tapped out as a measure of 5 dashes with a pause, and then another 5 dashes with a pause, and then another 5 dashes with a pause.
I moved to Dallas, Texas in 1980. The Dallas Cowboys were coached by the great Tom Landry for 29 years. For 29 years. The Cowboys and their fans would look over at that sideline on a Sunday afternoon, and there was a man in a suit and tie, the shiny black shoes, and the goofy-looking hat. A man who was an impeccable football man and a family man. He was a Christian man. He represented not only the city of Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys, the state of Texas, and the United States of America, as well as it could possibly be done. A man of impeccable moral character, and at the same time, a man who was an X's and O's football genius. I mean, this man brought so many innovations to the NFL that teams around the league were changing year after year after year after year to keep up. Because our coach, Tom Landry, was an X's and O's genius and a man of impeccable moral character. And since that time, Jerry bought the Cowboys in 1989. And we have gone from Jimmy Johnson to Barry Switzer, from Barry Switzer to Chan Gailey, from Chan Gailey to Dave Campbell, from Dave Campbell to Bill Parcells, from Bill Parcells to Wade Phillips, and Wade Phillips to Jason Garrett, and there's got a Tom Landry in the whole damn bunch. Now, I will give Jerry just a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, but not much. For these past 20-plus years, he's been trying to replace Tom Landry with one man, and the reality is it can't be done. And you can't find one man who is such an X's and O's football genius and at the same time a man of such impeccable moral character. I mean, I think he's proven to us it can't be done. But I will say this. If you were to take the coaching genius of a Jimmy Johnson and blend it with the moral character of a Chan Gailey, then quite frankly you would have yourselves another Tom Landry. But you have to be very careful. Because if you were to take the coaching genius of a Chan Gailey and blend it with the moral character of a Jimmy Johnson, you get Barry Switzer again. Right?